Hey, what's up guys? This is Seriously Silly with another video. This time a brief impression or review of the new Planet Eclipse OOPS 2 ASA. The reason I bought this was for a project that I'm working on. I needed an ASA, and one of the things that I was looking for was a macro fitting that came out the middle. I'm not really a fan of ASAs that have the macro fittings coming out the side. So it was either the Bob Long cam drive, which I have and I really like, but I wanted to try something different. So I bought this one. Here it is in the package. This is the standard package, and it comes with the rail to be able to be used on other markers that's not Eclipse, because they use the T-rail mounting system. So you would need this rail to be able to attach it to those guns. Well, here it is. My first impression of this ASA was that it was very similar to the older Macdev ASA. Basically, it has the pin right there, and as you turn the knob, it pushes the pin to engage the tank. That Macdev ASA was pretty good. The only gripe that I had was that loud hiss, or that escape of air as you're turning it in. There's maybe like a fraction of a second or maybe a second, depending on how you screw it in, that the air will rush out, and everybody will turn to look at you because of what's going on. But it was really not a big deal. It was just something that I noticed with the regular Macdev ASA. Okay, now here is the size comparison of the Bob Long cam drive and the OOPS 2. Here you go. As you can see, the OOPS 2 is slightly longer than the cam drive because of the knob, and you see how the macro fitting is coming out a little bit more. But as far as the bottom, here you have the knob on the bottom for the twist on and off, but it's very streamlined on the bottom with the OOPS 2. But basically not that big of a difference between the two in terms of length or anything like that. Nothing that would significantly affect anything. Okay, so now we have the ASA hooked up to a tank, and on the other end is a regulator and my pressure tester. So if you're wondering what happened to the stock die ASA that I had, I am currently using it as a pressure tester that I use for when I'm checking guns. But basically the reason I wanted to shoot this part was to show everybody, because I haven't really seen any reviews on the Eclipse, was how similar it was to the Macdev ASA. That, as I said earlier, when you are trying to engage the tank, there is a few seconds where the air would escape and leave and make a very loud hiss. It's not like a big deal or anything, but if you are the type of person that frequently checks guns at home and you keep engaging it, over time you'll lose a lot more air and reduce the number of shots that you'll have before you have to go back to the field and fill up. But I'm very pleased with this ASA. It's definitely not like how the Macdev was or is. It engages very quickly, almost as fast as the pops. Very, very little air escape. So as you can see, I'm just going to screw it in. I don't think you'll even be able to hear it. There it goes. That's basically, just checking the pressure right there. But that's basically how this ASA engages the tank. And here we go with the purge. And again, I'll do it again. I don't think there's even any air escaping out of the ASA. So overall, I like this ASA. Basically, one of the things I'm looking for, the macro fitting coming out the middle, so I don't have to worry about it. Engages fairly quickly, minimal loss of air. So my basic overall impression of the OOPS 2 ASA, I really like it. It's very good quality. It's better than the Macdev ASA, although it's similar in design. It's better because it doesn't have the air escape when you're engaging the tank. As far as in comparison to the pops, It's very close to it. It's a more reasonable or less expensive alternative to the pops. I really like the way that it comes with a rail so that you could use it with other markers. One area that it shines is with the use of the pops or the oops in older Eclipse models. So you're no longer forced to buy the pops and spend, you know, that extra $10 or $15 to be able to get the pops. So you can save that and get the oops too, and still be able to have the macro fitting right in the middle. One area that it might not be as cost effective as the bob long cam drive is if you are planning on keeping it and using it for other markers. For example, if you have a couple of markers that have the dovetail mount, you're probably better off in getting the cam drive. So if you want to sell that current gun that you're using the oops on, you could, you know, basically just stick the cam drive right on your other marker that has the dovetail. But if you have the oops, you're basically forced to use the rail again unless you're planning on using it on an Eclipse marker. As always, I thank you for listening and watching. I hope this was helpful for you if you are considering getting the oops 2 or the bob long cam drive. If you like the videos, if you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to write them below. If you like the videos, feel free to subscribe as well. Thank you.